Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to show you how to build a garden bed with a trellis. Let's go check it out. Hey everybody, welcome back to Our Gold Road. I know y'all been watching us renovate our trailers, but somebody asked me to build them a garden bed, so I'll make a quick video and show you how to make a simple garden bed with an attached trellis. So let's go get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut these panels for the front, the back, and the sides. We're using the T111 siding. You can get it at Home Depot. I'll leave a list of all the supplies you need in the description below so you know what you need. So it comes in 4 foot by 8 foot. We're going to cut it in half long ways, so you'll have two pieces that are 2 feet wide by 8 feet long. So these garden beds, if I didn't mention at the beginning, the garden beds are 2 foot by 6 foot wide, 2 feet deep by 6 foot wide. So now that you've got these panels cut to 2 foot by 8 feet, now you're going to cut the pieces off for the side. So then you're going to mark this side piece to be 2 feet by 2 feet. So you're basically going to have a square on the side, and that will leave you with a 2 foot by 6 foot piece on the front. Now the next step you want to do is to cut the leg pieces and the back braces for this frame. You're going to take your 2x4 and you're going to cut a 2x6 piece that goes in the front, and it'll be your 3 front legs. And then that will leave you with a 5x6 piece for all the back braces. But on this garden bed, I didn't keep them 5x6. I actually made them 4x6 to match the mesh that I have for the back. So the height that you want all depends on you and depends on the material you're using. I'm using this welded wire rabbit cage. So to have this fit this size bed and this, I had to cut it down to 4.5 feet. So the legs, 2.5 feet, back pieces, 4.5 feet. Next, you're going to cut your top piece, which is going to be 6 feet long. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to attach this panel to the 3 front legs that you have. Make sure that when you attach the legs, you leave just a little bit on each side that matches the width of your panel or whatever exterior plywood you use. That way when you connect the sides, they connect flush. So once you have those attached, then you're going to measure the space that goes in between each one of the legs. That way you can build the frame on the top part of the legs, and then you'll attach that. You're going to use those same pieces that go in the back. Now when you mount this panel to these legs, of course they're going to be flush with the top, and that's going to leave 6 inches down for the leg. Now after you got these brace pieces attached on this front panel, and then you've attached them on the back panel as well, you're going to put on your wire before you put on the panel on the back. That way you can secure the wire in between the plywood and the panel. So once you got this all stapled on the back, then you're going to attach your second piece of plywood on the top of that. Now you have the front and the back part of your garden bed. Now the next step is going to be cutting the arms that connect the 2 pieces and put the bed together. So because I said you're going to have the 2 foot pieces of paneling on the side, you want to make sure that the measurement from the back of this 2x4 to the front of your 2x4 here is going to be 2 feet. So you know that 2x4 is 1.5 inches thick. So you need to cut 3 inches off this board right here. You'll cut 2 21-inch pieces that go in between here. Once you got those cut, you're just going to lift it up and you're just going to attach them flush with this back bar on both sides, and now you have the frame of your garden bed put together. And now that you have the frame of your garden bed built, now it's time to take those 2 by 2 foot pieces of panel you had left over, and you're going to attach them on either side of the garden bed. You're going to make sure they fit snug behind the other piece, that way the corners come out flush. That way when you put on all your decorative pieces on the end, they fit flush as well. So once you got those side panels on, the next step you're going to do is to put on all your decorative trim. make sure you double check your measurement and make sure that it's 6 foot, and you're going to cut your 6 foot piece to go along the top. And when you're connecting the angles, of course, you know you need to do 45-degree angles with your miter saw. So once you get to your 45-degree angle cut, you're just going to staple all your pieces to the front. And you'll do the same thing at the bottom. You'll do the same thing the top and the bottom of the sides. Now that you have the top and the bottom framed out with your trim, now you're just going to measure the distance between the top trim and the bottom trim, and you'll install these quarter trim pieces. Make sure when you put the trim pieces on, you want to put the side piece on first. That way when you put the front piece on, the trim, it's going to hang over and hide this back piece. So you get this even trim all the way around. Now you have this garden bed all trimmed out. Now we're almost done. The next step is going to be framing out the bottom to support the cedar that we put inside so the dirt doesn't collapse the bed. So you want to build a frame. You want to grab cedar 2x4s and put it down each side, and you'll put one down the middle with a brace, a foot brace, right in the middle of it. That way it's supported on all sides. Now that you have the base support for the garden bed, now you're going to trim out the inside of the bed with these cedar planks, these cedar pickets. Frame out the sides, and then you're going to frame out the bottom. I left a small little gap in between the pickets on the bottom to allow for drainage. Because we're going to line this with a garden bed liner to hold the dirt and allow the moisture, all the extra water to go through so your dirt doesn't get too wet. Now that you have the bed lined with your cedar, now it's time to put in your garden bed liner. When I attached this liner, I stapled it behind this cedar picket to hold it in place, and then I just stapled it all around the edges on the front and the sides. To hold it in place is when you put on these 2x4 caps. So we cut these 2x4s again with the 45-degree angle, and we just put tops over the whole thing. That way it holds the garden bed liner in place and also adds to the look. And that's it. That's your basic garden bed with a trellis, and you can paint all the outsides of it or stain it whatever color you want, and then you're ready to start gardening. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out if you're trying to find a garden bed that works for you in your new garden. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'd love to answer any questions you have. And if you have any suggestions on how to make this bed better, please let me know. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll have more videos like this showing you how to build chicken coops and garden beds, as well as all of our trailer renovations on our Airstream and our Avion. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.